What is up, DG Army? Nethervoid, also known as John, coming back at you with more strategy series this week. And this week I'm doing the Tier 5 French light tank called the ELC AMX. Now this tank is going up the light medium line, which you can see here. And actually you can go over to the arty line from this. That's pretty cool. I didn't know. Oh no, that's for the AMX 12 ton. So the way this tank plays, if you just play the AMX 40, it's pretty much the exact opposite. This thing is its main benefit is, or its main bonus is how fast it is, and then its main weakness is its armor, which is pretty much the opposite of the AMX 40. Also, its gun is really amazing, which again is the opposite of AMX 40. And its turret does not rotate, which again is not like the AMX 40. So this is going to be pretty much a totally different tank all the way around. So the way you play this tank is it's pretty much a scout, and it's also kind of like a TD since the turret does not turn. The gun is not very accurate, but you can snipe with it sorta. It's just not very accurate, so you have to take your time. The main way people play this tank is they'll either kind of scout, or they'll drive by people and shoot as they're driving by. Some people call it jousting. That's what I heard from DGA anyway. But basically, the whole point of this tank again is to not get hit, drive-by shooting, stuff like that, and then drive away just like you will with the higher tier French lights, where you kind of drive up, shoot a guy a couple times, then drive away. So this is going to prepare you a little bit for that style, except it's a little less forgiving because, see, with this tank, this is the tier 8 of that line. I can turn the turret on this one all the way around. With this tank, you can't, and so you pretty much do have to just drive by, shoot a guy, and keep driving, or drive right up to the side of someone, shoot him, and then hopefully kill him. So that's pretty much how you play this tank. Let's get into some stats. 400 hit points, pretty standard for tier 5. It doesn't really matter. 420, 440. I mean, it's not going to really matter one way or the other. 250 engine horsepower, pushing 6 tons. So that's like triple. That's 30 to 1 power to weight ratio. So this thing really gets some real insane acceleration. It doesn't do very well on bad terrain, though. I noticed the acceleration suffers pretty heavily on bad terrain. But on roads, especially and stuff, you're gonna have great acceleration. 65 speed limit, you will get up to this speed. It's very, very, very fast tank, and with that kind of horsepower, pushing only almost 7 tons here, you can climb a lot of great hills now that with 8.0, and I'm gonna show you that in one of my games. Here's what I was talking about with armor: none, pretty much. This is basically might as well all be 0. Pretty much, I would imagine this was just to deter light arms fire and maybe some light machine gun fire. But other than that, I mean, that's 14 millimeters of armor. It's barely a centimeter, so it's really not that much. The view range being 360 is actually pretty good for a tier 5, especially for this little scout tank. You're going to need it. And then the radio is not very good, though. You're going to have to stay kind of close to allies to make sure you can radio back the positions of guys that you see out there in the field. So that's stats. Now let's look at modules. You will start out with this ER53 radio. Again, it's only 360 meters, but definitely put it on right away. 300 is really bad, and 360 is not much better. So you're going to have to stay kind of close to allies, or you will get out of radio range with them. The tracks, you get a slight increase to traverse, and I don't know, you don't need the tracks, I don't think, for the big gun. Let me check that out. No, see, you can put the big gun on. You can put everything on and still have the lowest tracks. So there's really not a lot of reason to get the tracks except for the slight degrees per second increase. And I think you also get, when you get the upgraded tracks, you also usually get like a slight increase to terrain on harder terrains, or more difficult terrains. This engine, you will not have the upgraded engine as well. You won't have any of the upgraded parts on this thing, except for this radio. You're going to be completely stock. So 150 horsepower engine on this thing is still pretty good, but this 250 horsepower engine takes the cake. It's insane. When you get this engine, you're going to be flying off cliffs. It's going to be amazing, and that's the only thing I really do love about this. Well, I like the gun too, so it's not just the speed. But again, like the M18, it's hard to use this thing's speed to your advantage. You can relocate around on the map, and that's great for scouting and stuff. But as far as killing guys, it's not that great of an advantage. But you do have a really ridiculous gun. You're going to see me use it a couple times. And let's look at guns now. You will not start out with either of these two upgraded guns, so you're going to have to grind through them. You start out with a 74 pin, 110 damage gun. Not that great. Even for tier 5, it's really not that great with 74 pen. 100 pen, 110 damage. This is pretty average for a tier 5. This is what you're going to see on like the M4 if you go with the penetration type guns. What's the other one I just did that has the same exact gun just about? I can't remember. It's a Russian tank, I think. No, it's the PZ4. PZ4 also has a gun similar to this. But when you unlock this 90 mil, this is a serious gun now. 170 pen, 240 damage. Pretty much pen almost anything in the front that you're going to face, because you're going to face up to tier 7s. Actually, since you're a scout, you'll probably face up to tier 8s. I'm not positive on that. I haven't played this tank a whole lot anyway. But this gun is ridiculous. Again, the big thing to know about it is the accuracy's not that good, and the aim time's a little slow, especially for such a low tier tank. And you'll see that in the games I have, that it takes a long time for the reticle to drop down. And it's really exacerbated by your crew being so crappy. You probably will have, by the time you get out of this tank, probably like an 80% crew, 75 or 80%, something like that. So this crew at 65% especially is going to have problems with aim times and accuracy. So that's pretty much the module. Let's look at some research. So here's the ELC's research tree, and like I've already said, you're going to have obviously the whole stock row here, and the only thing you're going to have is this tier 5 radio. Everything else you're going to need to acquire. So probably the first thing I would get is the engine, because what you need more than all, especially for scouting, is that acceleration speed. After that, I would go straight up the gun line to the 90 mil. Then I would get the tracks, and then you're all done. Get the 12 ton, and that's pretty much it. Pretty easy tech tree. So now we're back from research. Let's talk about equipment. I don't have one on here, but I would definitely put a camo net on this thing, and that's because you're mainly going to be scouting. That's the main way I got great games and lots of XP with scouting with this thing. Another thing you can put on there to help you out with the higher tiers is you can put, where is it? A vent on there. This vent will go all the way up to, I think, tier 8 tank. After that, you're going to need the medium vent, which is the class 2. You can also put, well, if you put a rammer on this, it will not work with the autoloaders, because rammers and autoloaders don't go together. So you might want to put coated optics, since you're going to be driving around like a mad dog. And this is actually what I'll probably be putting on my Batchat. Pretty nice little piece of equipment here. Once I get my Batchat, I'm probably going to have something, I'll probably have the vert stab on it. So I'll probably have the vent, the coated optics, and the vert stab, I think is kind of what my plan was, since you can't put a rammer on it. So that's what I would do for equipment. You can also put a toolbox on there, since your crew is so bad. You want to repair your tracks as quick as possible. And if you get tracked in this thing, you're pretty much going to die. So if you use up your repair kit and you get tracked again, you need that toolbox. That could be another good thing to use. And it doesn't require gold to move it around to different tanks. So that is equipment. Now, I have 4 HE rounds here and 32 AP because I don't shoot this gun that often. On scouts, you generally don't shoot your gun very often. If you're doing hit and runs, you're going to be shooting your gun a lot. But this thing has a really long reload time. How many shots per minute are we doing here? 5 rounds per minute, so it's got like a heavies kind of a reload. 1 shot every 12 seconds. So I'm not going to be shooting. I wasn't not shooting a lot. I never really run out of AP rounds. 4 HE is pretty good, especially if you need to like clear a cap or something. And you generally with 2 HE rounds, you're really cutting it close. With 170 pen, you really could load just 2 if you wanted. But I like 4 because again, I don't shoot the gun that often because I usually use this more as a scout. Because the hit and run tactic is just super risky, and I don't. Again, that much risk is really not my favorite thing to do. I like to try to survive the entire battle. I feel like if I'm doing suicide moves and stuff, that's not. While it might be helping our team a lot, I just feel like it's random. I might as well roll the dice and see if I win or not. You know, I don't really like playing that way. For consumables, I just put a small repair kit on this tier 5 and the tier 6. Tier 7 and above, I have a full rack of consumables. Tier 4 and below, I don't, because it's really not worth the credits, I think, at tier 4 and below to put anything. In tier 5 and 6, the only thing I'm really going to want to repair is probably tracks in case I'm sitting out in the open. That way I can at least have it, you know, take a really, could really be a crappy game if I get tracked early, and turn it into at least a halfway decent game and make those credits back, hopefully. So that's pretty much this whole tank. I already talked about crew, and let's get this thing into a couple games. This is a decent game I had on Cliff and standard mode. One of the things to realize right away, and again, there are tier 8s in this battle, so as a scout you're going to be getting tier 8, 9, 10, whatever. And that's why I say this tank is primarily a scout tank, is because you're going to be going up against higher than 2 tiers above you tanks. This can be a really good map now that 8.0 is in, because you can get up in this lighthouse area. This is where I like to go when I'm on a scout, because it's very hard for the bigger tanks to get up here, but it's also very easy for you to scout down. In this map, I don't go high enough on this hill, but I still do pretty good. And we won this game, and I think I have end plates to it, and if I do, I'll obviously going to show them to you. So there's a little path to get up here. If you've played on this map and done any testing on when 8.0 was on test, I'm sure you probably did this. Drove up this hill and then jumped off. So as you can see, I think that was me that spotted those guys. Again, we'll have to see the end plates. Pretty sure I captured the end plates for this thing. So there's their scout. The M5 is kind of doing the same thing I'm doing. I'm trying to line up a shot on him. This should take away most of his hit points. And that looks good. Nice little hit on that guy. Quite a bit of damage. Now he's pretty much going to be out of the game. One more shot on him. I like to take out the scouts if I'm scout on scout. Now he could really shoot me really good with that HE gun, but he chickened out for some reason. Probably because I have more hit points. I don't really know. And he shoots faster. And he could have probably just circled me. So what I'm doing here now is I'm just keeping everybody lit so that people can shoot at him. Because remember, you get XP and credits for damage that happens to these guys as you're spotting them for the team. Now remember, I have to keep pretty close to my teammates, not only so I can see what they're doing, but so they can see what I see. If they're too far away, my radio will not be able to will not cross over their radio range, and I won't get any credits or XP because they won't be able to see these guys on the radar. So their scout goes down. I don't know when that happened. It probably already happened, actually. One of our guys goes down. We actually lost this game, and I think it's kind of because of the way that we were playing this. I can't remember exactly what happens, but look, we got a heavy back there at A4. Come on, what the hell is he doing there? And then B7, we got a guy. I guess that could be okay spot, but A4 is definitely not a good spot to hang out. And that is... Let me get free mode here. What is that? IS-6? Yeah, bad. Okay, so this T-34 gets a shot. I mean, this is why I should have went higher up the mountain so he couldn't even get a shot. And now I'm just going to hide behind this house. So what I'm thinking here is, if he shoots this house, I should have enough acceleration to get by him again before getting shot. So I'm kind of just waiting for him to shoot the house, and I'm spotting him at the same time. I mean, if he's going to let me sit here and spot him, I'll do it. So here I'm going to back up a little bit to get him back on the radar. Our IS-6 is really helping us out here. You can obviously see he's botting. And not getting, just botting credits, I'm sure. There he is again. He's totally ignoring me now. Now, I could drive out there and shoot him, but I'm not going to be able to kill him. And so he's just going to jack me up. There's no point. I'm just scouting right now. Just keep this guy lit, and I'm getting XP and credits. So I've done pretty good so far. Right now, he's got me pinned down, though. There's no way I can go back up the hill without him shooting me. So I backed up right... Oh, I hit the house. Now I think, okay, he's not looking at me. I don't have any cover. I need to drive by him. But before I do, I'll get a shot on him. And I thought, well, maybe I'll go back up the hill, but now he's shot. He can't shoot at me. Let's go down here with my 11 hit points. Oh, I make it, but I'm tracked. I used my repair kit. Maybe not the best idea, but I wanted to get out of there because he was coming in for the kill. So I'm trying to just scout here, not in the greatest position anymore. I should have went a lot higher up on the hill there, toward the lighthouse. Can't believe the T-34 is not dead yet. He's been lit for like 10 years. Our Artie should have been nailing him. And maybe he was. So I come back here to try to get a back shot on him to kill him. And I get shot by the T-44. So let's look at the end plates if I have them. If I don't, we're going to go to the next game. So here are the end plates to that game. And as you can see here, I got about a 750 point game. Not that good, but I did pretty decent. We did win that game actually. Hopefully I helped out a lot by spotting. I hit the T-34 and the M5. I got a lot of damage on spot right there, a little bit on that Panther 2. I wish I would have got more, but people just weren't shooting those guys. If you sorted by XP, did not do that great in this one. Only 500. Still good, but not really good. And here's the last plate here. Shots fired 2, direct hits 2, 414 damage on a 400 point tank. I did okay. Damage on spotting 259. That would have been a lot higher if people were actually shooting it, or especially if there's Artie. Made 11,000 credits. Pretty okay game. Even if I didn't have premium, I would have made 5,700 credits, so not too bad. Decent game. Let's get another one. This next game is a lot better, though. This is a great little game I had on Redshire. And as you can see, I'm with tier 6 is the highest in this match. This is really good for this tank. Not only can you scout, but you can actually fight people as well with that nice 170 pen gun. And I think, what's it, 240 damage, pretty sure? Yeah, 240 damage. So what I do in little scout tanks, I also do this in my Russian mediums, is drive straight up on the kind of on the ridge of this hill here, so I can start scouting people. And there's plenty of cover up here to hide behind while you're scouting, especially if you're a light tank. When you move around, you do not lose. There's no difference for your camouflage rating if you're moving or standing still, so you can be moving around up here and it's no big deal. Now if you have a camo net, you won't get the bonus from your camo net while you're moving, so that kind of hurts the scouts. And there is no camo bonus while moving equipment. There's no such thing, so it's best to get behind some bushes and just stop. Now in this case, I think I will see people before they see me. So I saw this guy. Now I really want to shoot this guy. I can't, but I really want to. I always feel like, man, I want to shoot, especially with this big ass gun. But I just don't shoot if you're scouting. Whatever you do, don't shoot. I do start shooting kind of early on. I usually do, and that's probably why I'm not a very good scouter, because I don't like to just see enemy. I want to shoot at them. It'd be kind of like if they had a class in Battlefield 3 or something where all you did was look at people, and you never shot at them. You just looked at people and said, "Hey, here he is." Well, that's not fun. So that's why I kind of don't like scouting. So anyway, I scout the 150 here, backing up a little bit to make sure he doesn't roll up on me. I'm sure he's got me spotted by now. So now I've spotted the E2, this guy, and that other light down there. Actually, I think he just returned to base. I'm trying to get a spot on the 150 right here. There he is. I'm not sure if he sees me or not. He must not, because he's not aiming at me, which is weird. Oh, now I think he sees me now. I really want to shoot at this guy, but I'm not going to. Kind of waiting for people to hit these guys. Now I will shoot at that guy because he's very fast, and getting him out of the game early kind of helps, especially if you're up on this hill. I'm definitely spotted now, and here he comes actually. When you're scouting, you must be able to move around and not just sit there. I tried another shot at him. He shoots me for more than half of my damage, my health. But again, I'm spotting him while he's getting nailed now. And here's an ELC that's trying to scout us, and I'm going to get up right behind him. I think he was trying to come up behind me. And can I get him? Can I get him? Nope. Nope. This thing does not turn very well, by the way. It's got great forward and back momentum, but it just doesn't turn very well. So I'm scouting these guys as well, scouting over here, just trying to keep everybody lit. Now I'm thinking, you know what? They know where I am now. I might as well start shooting. This gun is pretty awesome, and if you hit enough people, especially in these lower tier matches, you can really change the game in your favor, especially if I hit this KV-1, and now I can't see him. So let me go back up the hill a little bit, scout some people up here, especially that M18. Be good to get him out of the game. I think I'm, yeah. Can I help anybody out? Nope. Okay, it's time to go poking up here and see what's up here now. Ah, here's another ELC. Ah, he's driving right at me. This would be good, because there's no way he can shoot at me right now. Nice! I held my shot for long enough, 248 damage on him. So now he's one shot from death, and now he's probably going to try to... I would try to come behind me if I was this guy, but I don't know what they're doing. Just keep scouting and not trying to kill anybody, but really, when you see another ELC, you probably want to pay attention to where he's aiming, because he's going to make your day miserable with that big gun like I just did to that guy. So again, I'm really trying to do more scouting than shooting. But yeah, I'm going to help these guys out if I can get a chance, like a kill. Okay, he's dead. If I can kill off a guy who's almost dead, that can help us a lot. So this gun or tank isn't just about scouting. You need to try to use that gun when your team needs you to. I know it's doesn't really help, but it's kind of a, what's that called? Oxymoron. Shoot but don't shoot. Stuff like that. Okay, here's an E2. I could easily pen this guy on the side. Nice shot. Even though my reticle was huge, I just got kind of lucky right there. Let's see if I can finish him off. But I'm very wary of that M18. And also the T150 that's up there still. Or at least I think that's the T150. Yeah, he should still be up there. So let's go scouting again. I want to find these guys. I think that's the T150. No, that's probably the KV-1 down there at J1. There's the T150. We have no arty, so that's not going to help. A lot of times when you're scouting, you really just want to light up dudes for arty because they hit really hard, and they'll hit these guys like this just sitting around. Now I'm see if I can take this guy out. That'll help our team a lot. Yes, he's out of the game now, and that side definitely needs help. They're getting squashed. M7, that's another good tank. It's a what is that? Tier 5, I think. It's after the M5. The M7 I heard is a pretty fun tank. It'd be fun to get there. I'm not sure if it's after the M5 though. I can't remember. I don't check out this line very often. It is a tier 5. Nice! Another shot on him. Pretty good for again my reticle being so tiny, helping take that guy out. The T150 really should be pushing. He's trying to like snipe. Although they are kind of losing the game, so sitting way back and sniping might not be a bad idea. Problem is he's got no scouts and I'm actually scouting him. I don't know what he's doing right here. The T150 is insane, has insane armor, it's a great brawler, it's got a great gun, and he should be driving right into my face. Now, if he does that, he's probably going to get shot by a few guys, but at least he would take out the scout. I'm one shot from death. He could probably just ram me and I would die. Okay, now he's coming after me. I'm just backing up until my buddies shoot him, and I take a shot at him anyway. So he's dead, and that was the whole point to me backing up, just have him keep getting shot. He waited way too long to take me out. He probably should have taken me out almost right away if he had the chance in the beginning there. So I'm kind of just waiting until I reload, and now it's time to go hunt some enemy. 6 of us versus 3 of them. There's an M36. Oh yeah, easy shot for me. Just wait till the reticle comes in, and see how it takes so long to aim this thing. You gotta wait till it comes all the way down. I missed. Now that's normally how it would work, because that reticle needs to be really tight in order for you to get a real chance to hit this guy. Because the accuracy is also pretty bad. So let's see. Let's see if we... Oh. Nope. Nope. He already got killed by the T1. That's fine with me. Okay, so going this way, I do see the other ELC. I just spotted him at like E0. Got a little bit of air right there. Pretty nice. So this is a lot of fun, especially since you can relocate so fast. I'm only going 40 something, but it's because I keep hitting. Now here's the kind of bad terrain. I'm getting up in the high 40s, some 50s there. No shot on this guy. Oh, there's the ELC. He's capping. So again, on rougher terrain like this, it has a little bit of a problem, and I think it's because the tracks are so narrow. Wider tracks are better for dirt because it spreads out the surface area. These narrower tracks are better for like streets and stuff. So this is the only time I like having this supply T-bow up, because I'm just going to drive over and ram him or shoot at him, and he can't shoot me until I get there. This is where I'm saying drive your tank right up to the guy and shoot him in the side, like that. But I mean, when you get your gun like right in the guy's face like that, you're definitely going to get a hit. And with most tanks your tier, you're going to jack them up pretty bad with that 240 damage gun. So now we only have to hunt down one guy. He's seems like a very good player. He's got 4 kills. Hasn't even been hit yet. Got to get over there fast before this T1 just runs in there and dies. We also got a light, an M5. He's getting juiced. He's on the cap. And he goes down fast. The E8's gun loads very fast, reloads very quickly. So you got to be careful for that. You got to play peekaboo with him. You can't, if you rush this guy and you're not hiding, he's gonna out DPS you and kill you. You really need to hide. You cannot go trying to circle with an E8 when you're a T1 heavy. It's just not gonna happen. Now the T1's gun reloads very fast too, but it's a tier 5, and now he's getting circled. Now I'm gonna try to come up into the side and put a shell on this guy, and I miss, which does happen. That's why you need to get your gun right into the guy. So this T1's about to die. I'm trying to just line up this shot. Oh, nice. The E8 is tracked. Now I can put my gun right on his face. And... oh, he can't hit me. I'm too low. Boom! In your face. you're dead. This tank being so low to the ground like this has a great time with these kind of tanks that try to shoot down at them and they can't do it. And that's how I won. 4 kills. Let's get some end plate action here. Hold on. So here's the end plate, and as you can see, Mastery 1 here, pretty nice. Not Ace, but 1. That's pretty good, especially since I haven't had that many battles in this tank. That was a great game. Really awesome on the ×3 day there. I got 11, no, it's about 1,300 point game. Really awesome. Killed 4, which is insane for this tank. It's not really a tank that you're really killing other dudes with. But you can play it like I did here on the your tier or up to tier 7 maps, and get some really nice kills. Damaged 5 guys, got some nice damage while spotting there, and also revealed 4 guys. So really nice game. Second plate here, sorted by XP. I only didn't get the top XP by 10, which is really funky since I got Mastery Badge 1. I would have maybe got Master if I would have gotten like maybe 100 more XP or something like that. Only guy left on the team. Really nice game. Did kill the final guy. Now the last plate here, 13 shots, and you can see this is definitely where the accuracy comes into play. 6 hits out of 13 shots, and that's again due to high aim time. Sorry. Takes a long time to aim this thing, and the bad accuracy of the gun. 943 damage on a 400 hit point tank, very good, especially for this tank since I'm mainly supposed to be scouting. Enemies detected 4. Also, damage on spotting 800, very good for being a scout. I probably could have scouted a little better and got that T-150 taken out sooner, but he still got taken out, so it was okay. I got base defense points as well, pretty nice. 4 kilometers traveled, not too bad. And I made 22,000 credits, and I would have made 13,000 if I didn't have premium. So this is a pretty good tank to have if you don't have premium. Although I think you can make more money with better tanks like the KV1 is a tier 5. I would probably get if I didn't have premium to make money with. So great game. Tell me what you think about this tank. I really don't like the style of this tank. It's very fast. It's just kind of not my style. A lot of people love this tank, so try it if you haven't. I'll see you next time, guys.